I say that, but that's happened a lot. So yeah, if you guys can tell people to press F5, otherwise we'll never get those viewers back. They'll be gone forever. Man, we crashed. If you guys can tell people that's a real shame. F5, oh god, that's my own voice. Hold on. Why is it that it refreshed and unmuted me? Twitch only just started doing that. That's so annoying. It's gonna be feedback and echo issues. That's Guild Wars 2 and Twitch telling WP to get some sleep. I know that's both crashed now. That's both. It's ridiculous. But we're not going to sleep. We're going to finish what we started. Is this all in or all out, baby? All right, here we go. Let's log back in. And let's see if we got the chest. Sorry to Wooden Potatoes 2 people for the spam. There's going to be so much video spam on that channel. We've had so many crashes and things lately. It's absolutely ridiculous. By the way, this reminded me, we got a huge amount of people watching. So I should remind people. There we go. We got the silver chest, and that means a physical chest should be lootable somewhere in the area. No one's going to res us, so I will just go back to Heathen's Hold. Christ, my throat. Yeah, we're doing an Ecto lottery, by the way, guys. If you can see the bottom left, we've got 1,676 Ectos. You can join that lottery, and it works like a raffle, right? You get a ticket for it, and if you are lucky in the lottery, well, it works like a lottery, actually, you win 1,676 Ectos. So that's quite a lot of money, and the more people that join, the higher it goes. So just click that link in chat right now. There's a link. It says tinyurl.com/lottery rules. And that will tell you how to get into the lottery. You do not have to be present at a stream when we do the drawing. You can literally do that right here, right now, today. And then that's it. In like a month, you will perhaps randomly have a mail with thousands and thousands of Ectos that come in. And our lotteries get really big, like 10k Ectos. It's sort of some of the higher ones we've had. So it's a cool little thing we do, and it helps fund these Black Lion giveaways that we do on the streams, and it helps fund Spud events and stuff like that, and future lotteries too. So yeah, and we just recently revamped the way some of the stuff works on it, and we're hoping to get big prize pools going and stuff again. So that should be really cool. There you go. So we got the chest, and we even dinged a little thing for the mastery there. The heart is now a little bit done. So this is a good heart to have a Zerg at. I like this heart for a Zerg because there are a lot of targets. And you can just sort of do very minor little tags and get lots of help with it. Is South Sun Cove somehow connected to Season 1? Because I never had story related. Yeah, so South Sun Cove was actually added before the devs had even conceived of Season 1. Or while they were in preliminary stages of deciding what to do. South Sun Cove was, okay, Guild Wars 2's out and we've put no effort into figuring out how we want to do a live game. Let's try and innovate. Let's go big dick. Let's do something crazy. And they did try something crazy, and, you know, I've got a lot of respect for them for trying something crazy, but it didn't work. But that was Season 1. So before even Season 1 was out, they were like, okay, we need an update to hold people over. And South Sun Cove was basically it. It had no precedence in lore. It had nothing tied to it very good at all. It was pretty much a crappy update, in my opinion, from a lot of respects. But they did a bit of story with it. And then once Season 1 properly came underway... what we found was they looked back at South Sun and they were like, okay, let's tie it all together. And so we had a real Season 1 update that returned us to South Sun and talked about what had happened there a few months earlier. And and that was when we got more expansion on Kanak's character. That's when they subtly introduced us to Lady Casimir Mead, who at the time was just a random chick in a bikini on a beach. And there was no sign she was going to become a big character at that time. So that's sort of what South Sun is with respect to Season 1. It predates Season 1, but then it is also in Season 1. If they were ever going to re-implement it, what would happen is you would beat Zaitan, and for the love of God, hopefully one day they remake that whole thing, and that's got a satisfying end. But then you would start Scarlet's War, and Scarlet's War would probably start with the Karga attacking Lion's Arch. And mysterious things happening in Lion's Arch. Whales washing up on the beaches and the Consortium. That's what it would all start with. The Consortium would sort of announce themselves, and that would sort of all begin there. And then we would meet Kanak. Kanak is sort of the first big main character we'd get. I really want to get up there, but I don't know where a mastery thing is. Kanak is sort of, in many ways, one of the oldest characters. And he would be an antagonist at that point. He'd be a twat. He'd be a bad guy. And we'd have the Lion's Arch attack. And we'd go to South Sun. We'd reclaim it in some instances. And then Flame and Frost stuff would start. And then we'd find out about the consortium taking people suffering from the Flame and Frost stuff, and we'd start hearing hints about Scarlet, and we'd hear about people getting relocated to South Sun, and then we'd nip back there, and then the story would unfold from there. And people would remember. This was a cool comment I saw in chat yesterday as well from someone who was agreeing. You know, the amount of people that remember that Bram had a girlfriend and stuff is too low, and we would see all those stories come back. So yeah. Anyway, I don't know why these past 2 streams we've talked a lot about season 1, a lot. All right, let's drop down here. This will be it here. I'm getting like crazy frame lag and stuff as well. Maybe it's just my PC struggling. Do you think ArenaNet will ever do anything with the Largos? I hope so. There was the dead, washed up Largos on this map. I think I've resolved to not doing a video about Firestone Shards, so I'm just going to start collecting those. Yeah, there was a dead Largos on this map. I hope they do something. It would be very cool if something about them appears in the next expansion. I think they're probably withholding, you know, the bulk of their Largos ideas for any kind of theoretical underwater expansion or exploration. Maybe even that might happen in Living World, who knows. But yeah, so Largos are cool, I think. Some people really don't like the Largos. It's funny because I always thought Largos were just straight up pretty cool. Maybe missed the mark a little, but they're pretty cool. Oh, that's cool. I've never seen one of those break. You know, they're actually quite divisive, aren't they? Let's see. Let's have a quick just read of the room. We're not going to straw poll or anything, but Twitch chat. Type a 1 if you like the Largos. Type a 2 if you don't like the Largos. Let's see what it's like. Let's see how many 1s there are compared to 2s. Just type a 1 or a 2. 1 if you like them, 2 if you don't. And we'll see what people say. See, it's mostly 1s, but you'll see a lot of 2s in there. 3 indifferent. Yeah. Oh, I was reading a cool quote. I was looking for a Churchill quote. I think it's a Churchill quote. If anyone in chat knows this, right? There's a famous quote from some guy. I think it's Churchill, and I really want to find it because I want to be able to cite it because it's a really cool quote. It's basically the idea that the success of your friends stings more than the success of your enemies. It's a quote about jealousy, and it's a quote about, you know, feeling, you know, imagine you've gone to university with a bunch of aspiring actors, and you're all trying to get into TV. And you hear that the guys you were with at university have just landed a really big show and have found lots of success, and you're still doing like small-time theater, right? That's going to sting, right? Like, I think anyone would be lying to. Like, it's nice that your friends get a leg up in terms of maybe they can help you out later down the road than some nameless person. But the success of your friends, you know, it's easy to be jealous and it's easy to hate your friends, right? And so it's this interesting nature of jealousy. But there's some really famous quote. I think it was Churchill who said something like that. Like, just blatantly said, yeah, I hate the success of my friends more than the success of my enemies. And it's quite a profound thing. Anyway, I was looking that up. I don't know why I'm telling this story, but I found another quote that I'd never heard before yesterday. Because someone was talking about, oh, I'm indifferent. And, you know, I think about, like, the importance of caring about anything. Either have an opinion one way or the other kind of thing, right? But there's this amazing quote about success and what success means. This is so boring. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting all preachy and stupid. But that, right, listen to this. Winston Churchill said this, right? He said, success is the ability to fail over and over again without the loss of enthusiasm. And I think that is bang on the money. Bang on the money. That is what success looks like. The ability to fail at whatever you care about over and over and over again with no loss of enthusiasm. Because I think that successful people in the world are those whose heads don't get turned either by success or failure. They just keep on trucking, basically. I really believe that. I thought that was a really cool quote. Anyway, someone in chat prompted me into all of that. There you go. I'm done now. Did we just finish that heart? What heart is that? Is that the... Is this the Ancient Golems? No, that's a different one, right? That was MOX, and we already did that earlier. Fail faster, extra credits. To me, that quote isn't about, oh, you learn a lot from failing. That's not the spirit of that quote. The spirit of that quote is, I don't know, some like purity and really believing in what you're doing. Even if you're failing at it, even if the world doesn't recognize what you're doing yet. And just confidence and pulling people up. And yeah, kind of showing that, you know, for any success there's heaps of failure behind it. And I think anyone who's ever been a failure in my life, if I think, oh, you failed at that, you had an ambition and you failed at that, you haven't gone through with it. Anyone that's ever been a failure, it's because of a loss of enthusiasm from not getting what they wanted quick enough. I really do. I really have seen that every time. So hey, that's cool. And that was like, you know, the early fucking 1900s he came out with that. Anyway, I found the fastest way to the Inquest Heart is the thermal tubes from Heathen Holds and then Waypoint. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. Do I consider myself a successful person? In some respects, but in many others not. I think everyone's that really. We're all a mix. It depends on who's looking up at you or looking down at you, right? My success isn't really about me. It's about my comparison to you. And I don't know everyone in this chat personally, so I might seem successful compared to some of you guys, and I might seem very unsuccessful compared to other people. It's really in your mind whether I'm successful or not mine. I don't know. That's not to say I can't have my own. Listen, guys, you know, I shouldn't stream when I'm tired. I shouldn't stream. This is such shite. Someone made me talk about Guild Wars. Seriously, this is such bollocks. How do I feel about the rumors of the undead as a playable race? I don't really know there's any rumors. It just feels like it's sort of a logical thing to do. People looked at some of Shaman's mining. But, you know, we know we're going to the Crystal Desert now. We're perfectly allowed to talk about that. And, you know, there's lots of undead there. It doesn't necessarily mean that there'll be a playable race. Oh, I need an Inquest keypad. About the Season 1 thing, how much would you be okay with them changing if they did it? Change some of Scarlet's part? Maybe even change the focus of some parts of the story? Maybe even include some parts that switch it? Yeah, the more they change, the better, actually, to me. Keep the spirit of it. Keep the assets. You know, Marionette should appear. The Toxic Alliance should appear. You know, the Toxic Healing skill should reappear, but it should be, you know, a special action hotkey now instead of, you know, a Season 1 mastery or something. That'd be kind of weird, wouldn't it? You know, all the core structure of it and the things we experience should appear. The Tower of Nightmares should appear. But the configuration of those things, the order maybe even that we see some of those things, play with it. The more they change, the better, because it just justifies the inclusion of it more than anything else, you know. The less of a blunt rehash it is, the better. And it cannot be a blunt rehash in the first place. So yeah, I'm all for changes. And Season 1 had a lot of places that they could improve too, so why not do it? So look at all the new tech that they've got to play with. Characters remarking on things as they walk around the maps. These are the same arguments for me when it comes to redoing the personal story too. They've got so many new things that they can do. They've learned so many lessons. So, you know, employ them. Definitely. If you're going to do it, go big dick with it, you know? Is there a good summary out there with all the cutscenes and quests for Season 1? Yes, there is. Go to YouTube right now. Seriously. Don't pause the stream or anything. Just open a YouTube tab. I'll wait for you. I'm going to wait 5 seconds. Huey Snowpaw, are you there yet? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, there you go. Good, you're on YouTube. Okay, so click in that search box. There you go. That's it. And type into that Dreamy Abaddon. Yeah, you got that? Dreamy Abaddon. All one word. That's the name of a YouTuber. Dreamy Abaddon. And then type space. Put a space bar there. And then Season 1. And press enter. Click the top link. It's 3 hours long. It's exactly what you're looking for. There you go. Sorry, everyone else. There we go. Does anybody else want some guidance? I want you to know, by the way, I don't know why I did it, but I treated you like I treat my mum there. That's how I treat my mum when I'm trying to get her to YouTube something or learn how to use Skype or something like that. This is the way I talk to her. And she's always like, do I right-click or double-click? She doesn't know whether to right-click or double-click ever on Windows. That's the main issue she has. She never knows to double-click or right-click. Just doesn't understand it. Thank you. There you go. No worries, dude. No worries. Alright, another runestone fragment. So we've done... Is that all of the hearts? Are we missing a heart? We've done this one, this one, this one. We've got the fragments from all of them, I think. That's the Ancient Golems. That's Heathen's Hold. And then that's the one at the bottom. That's all of them, isn't it? Did we do it? Yeah, because we got 5 again, right? Because I got 5 yesterday, and now I got 5 again today. So that's it. So there you go. That's that one done. The meta, unfortunately, just rolled to a different state. Is that a lighting bug or is that a blinking light? You know these red blinking lights? These remind me of Command & Conquer so much. Like playing as Nod in Command & Conquer. Does anyone else get that? Anyone in the whole world? Ah, always makes me think of that. When's the next giveaway? I don't know, actually. Probably there won't be another one, actually. And I'll tell you why. Because we have been streaming for a while. And I am actually exhausted. Let's quickly go grab a couple more orchids. So, what else do I need to do for this map, then? So, collections. Trinkets. Aurora Awakening. Finished the Sentient Seed and Siren's Landing. Already finished that. Draconis Mons Hero. So, what do we need to do? We need to do the Wayfarer's Henge achievement. What's the Wayfarer's Henge? Oh, that's the back item. Right. Defeat the Devourer champion. Where does he spawn? Find, open some Zin stashes. I haven't done that achievement either. Ignis' heart. I've got to kill Ignis. I killed Aestus earlier, but I need to kill Ignis still. And then lastly, the Spirit Bow. Obtained after defeating the Greater Spirit of Nature. I love that quest with the Greater Spirit of Nature. I wonder if he's up. That's such a cool event. That was the first thing I did when I came to this map, and it was really good. Golomancer's Tomb is the Devourer. This was such a cool map. I don't know. What is... How can I do this? I'm going to run a proper straw poll here, guys. Guys, can you come into chat here? Because we got a lot of people watching, right? I'm going to run a real straw poll here. I want to hear what your favourite Season 3 map is. And I really want you to think about it, though. Think about the design of the hearts. Think about the size of the maps. Think about the meta achievements. So let's do a couple of highlights. You've got Bloodstone Fen. You've got Hablion. You've got the raid portal in there. You've got all the red magic-y things. You've got the gliding skills and gliding combat. You've got the ghost events that are lower down. You've got squad leader Bennett and the recap on the raid story for the people who didn't do that. You've got the Shattered Bloodstone, that whole flying area there. So that's the main stuff. As for the meta, yeah, I don't really have any thoughts there. Next, we had Ember Bay. So you got Ember Bay. You got the worm, perhaps a bit of disappointment. You got the heart where you're capturing the buckets. You got the script you can throw in the lava. You got the circus. You've got the lounge that's there. You've got the Chalice of Tears, if you were a fan of that. You've got the tokens, the Masart tokens. I actually think the Masart tokens were amazing on this. Like those really deep sea tunnels and things you go to. If anyone's listening to me right now that did that, that's a cool one. I really liked that. You got the Karka stuff as well. Don't forget about the Karka. You got the thing where you find the driftwood every day or whatever. You had the crazy grindy apple thing, which I actually kind of liked, to be honest. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. You got the strange rock and the script things. So that's the second map. Bear all of this in mind when you're thinking. You got Bitterfrost Frontier. Berry farming, huge amounts of replayability, beautiful forest area, interesting enemy AI and design. Beautiful hot spring area as well. However, lots of unused stuff. The Bitter Cold was a bit of a shambles. The story steps in there, I don't know if you... Don't worry about the story steps. Let's do it map by map by map, not story steps. You've got the Jotun with the precursor thing as well, if you guys remember that. But then, yeah, a lot of useless areas. Wayward Cave, I don't know. But Bitterfrost Frontier, that's a strong contender, I think, personally. After Bitterfrost Frontier, where did we go? Lake Doric. So, yeah, you got classic development map returns. Interesting idea with all the water having been drained. Yes, it's lots of mud and centaurs and stuff, but it's a return to Kryta. Again, lots of very interesting AI design and difficult enemies. Great, proper dynamic branching events on this one as well. You take a beach and it starts fanning out. You got the cool jumping puzzle place up here at the Harvest Cascades. You got an actual, and if you think about it by today's standards, a good farm that fills a specific niche in the economy people are always doing. And it's an active farm, not an AFK farm these days. You got the peach you can get a day. You got the hidden area in the bottom right that you could go to. You got the sewer entrance. You got a beautiful like lakeside bazaar place with the town hall. The guild decorations that you could buy up there. Fairly tedious hearts though. Interesting heart at Fort Avinia. So you got that. After Lake Doric, we went back to the Fire Island chain to Draconis Mons. So the Zin stuff, the Druid backpack, the Worm boss that you've seen here, a lot of the stuff you've watched on the stream today. So we had Draconis Mons at that point. That was map 5. And then finally Siren's Landing, which we, of course, have seen a lot of over these past 2 streams. So those are all the maps. We've got the Abaddon's Reliquary and stuff. Think about the metas as well on the maps. Who wins the Great Battle? Which was the best Season 3 map of Guild Wars 2 Heart of Thorns? Think about it. There's going to be a link in chat, and you're going to click it, guys, and you're going to vote, okay? Oh, we just had a sub. We've had very few subs today, and I really appreciate that. Thank you very, very, very much. All right, guys. So go for your vote. And for people on Wooden Potatoes too, I will read out how it's going. Here we go. Let's see. And if you want, you can try and convince other people to come to your cause. Let's see who wins. Votes coming in. Heavy Ember Bay. Like, oh my god, this is amazing. I should have filmed this. This is so cool watching these bars go up. Ember Bay. Right now, Draconis Mons doing okay. Is it a bit slanted because I'm in Draconis Mons right now, though, maybe? Draconis Mons is winning with 28% of the vote. Look at this. This is actually quite balanced. Bloodstone Fen coming in at the bottom with only 11% of the vote. Which it doesn't really surprise me. We got a lot of votes here. Keep them coming, guys. Keep it coming. Over 300 votes on the poll already. Keep them rolling. It looks like Draconis Mons is winning. I can't believe it. Really? Well, and quite decisively. And then it's like, so it's like Draconis Mons is ahead, is clearly ahead, and Bloodstone Fen is clearly behind, but all the other maps are pretty much even in the public appreciation and the public eye. Bitterfrost Frontier is a lot lower than I thought. I thought that Bitterfrost Frontier would do quite a lot better than it has. That's really interesting, don't you guys think? Stats. Someone says, can't decide between Ember Bay and Draconis Mons. You can't stand Bitterfrost. Bitterfrost was the worst map in the game. Yeah, see, it's interesting that people say stuff like that, though, because I feel like you need to broaden your judgments. The fact that people say that because the mobs in it are really hard and they hit like trucks and it's not what you expect from the open world. And that's fair, but I think that you can't judge the whole thing based on that. I think too often that happens on the internet. Too often that people hone in on one aspect and they say, "Oh, I didn't like this aspect," and they pound the whole thing. I agree with you that the mobs in Bitterfrost Frontier were a bit sucky, but at the same time, you know, I think that beautiful forest area makes up for that, and I think that even the Arctic area, even though it's not got a lot to do there, it's beautiful. And I think it makes up for stuff. Twitch Whispers. B-Boy, I told you yesterday, don't do a giveaway right when I'm going to close. They're giving away Dark Souls 2. Please do the giveaway quickly, please, because I need to go. I'm exhausted. I need to go. And we've been streaming over 2 hours. I told you this yesterday as well. So, apparently, they're giving away a Dark Souls 2 Steam key, and I'm very happy to do this. Sorry that I'm itching to go. They want to give away Dark Souls 2, guys. So, we're going to give away Dark Souls 2, I think. We weren't doing it. We were doing it for, like, 20 minutes. So, I think they want that. Koik! Wow, Koik, welcome, welcome, welcome. So they're doing a giveaway. I don't know how long they're going to do it for, but there we go. So that's the poll. I'm not sure how you'll enter, guys. Just keep an eye on chat if you want to win Dark Souls 2. Why is there a drawing of a naked Savari in the Lakeview Villa in Draconic? It's just random concept art that they use. So the final poll, guys. Here we go. This is how it went. The winner was Draconis Mons with 28% of the votes. 100 people voted for Draconis Mons alone. All right. So 28% voted for Draconis Mons. Next, we have Siren's Landing, the newest map. Now, that's going to get some higher votes because it is new. But 20% of the vote went to Siren's Landing. That came in second place. Very close behind it is Lake Doric at 16% of the vote. At 13% of the vote is Bitterfrost Frontier. At 12% of the vote is Ember Bay. And at 11% is Bloodstone Fen. Now, can I just make an observation? aside from Draconis Mons beating Siren's Landing, aside from that, this is exactly release order. What do you guys think about that? Does that say that they got better at maps as the season went along? Or does that say we are fallible, silly, unintelligent people that are simply excited by new things and the old things don't excite us anymore? Bloodstone Fen came in last because it was the first one. It was, you know, it's old now. Ember Bay came second to last because it's just a little bit less old. Is that not interesting? I'm me devil's advocate here. But yeah, aside from Draconis Mons, this poll went exactly in release order. How crazy is that? I think that's wild. I think that's really, really, really curious. You think that time has a major factor in the vote? I think so too. I think Siren's Landing probably wouldn't get that high of a vote if we did it in a month. I think so, definitely. Speaking of Bloodstone Fen, since we got to keep streaming here, I'm going to go to Bloodstone Fen. Yeah, we're starting the giveaway. If you want to be in on the giveaway, you got to read chat and see what the mods are saying, guys. Please do start it as well. I've got to sleep. 3 hours, guys. What's my favorite Season 3 map? I don't know. I find it hard to pick favorites, so I'm going to cop out. I don't know. I don't know what my favorite is. Right now, I mean, I get a lot of enjoyment out of this. This is cool, I think. I'm a bit nostalgic about this. I like doing this. I like using the little skills and doing this little rotation thing here and going for the crystals. I mean, getting the currency is pretty awful. I really, really, really think they should have added hearts to this map with this last patch. This would have been really good. Because this map, I think, is quite objectively less of a map than the other Season 3 ones because it doesn't have hearts. And all the other ones do. So there's just less to do here. It's also quite a small map. Oh, we got our skill user right at the end there. That was great. So yeah, there's enter. We can enter. Oh yeah, okay. So the way that this giveaway is working. By the way, to the mods, I do really appreciate you guys doing these giveaways. Don't make me sneer at it. It's really awesome. Yeah, as you watch the stream, guys, you get potatoes, and you can spend your potatoes on a chance to win this. And the more potatoes you spend, the better. Oh, I got a Bloodstone chip straight away. That's awesome. Oh, we got the constructor up. Okay, so one of the things on this map, guys, is there is an RNG chance when you're killing Bloodstone constructs to get an item, but it's on RNG. So you got to kill these guys a lot. So we gotta get some damage in here, big time right now, so that we can tag this guy. I did a full meta of this before, and I didn't get the item. But look at all these players. Look at this. This is not the stream. This is not because I'm streaming. This is not the Wooden Potatoes magic here. This is what the game is right now. This is people playing because they're going for Aurora and they're having fun and they you know, the whole season's done and they're going for it. That's what this is. This is not anything other than that. And it's great. All the maps are like this right now. I think I like the music in the earlier releases as well, actually. I think the music sort of tapered off after Bitterfrost Frontier. The music was really good. We had that really awesome Ember Bay track with the Super Adventure mix. We had the really beautiful if you watch my Bitterfrost Frontier Portal video, there's some excellent music there that the devs made for the game. And we got kind of this cool like stuff around this release as well. And some of the raid music that they did at the time. I think the more recent releases haven't had great music. I mean, they've tried to. They've tried to have, like, epic music, I guess. You know, like the big Primordus moment and the end moments of this patch have got new tracks. And they do have new music, but it's just not as good, I don't think, as what they did for the earlier releases. You think the music team probably had to focus more on the expansion? Yeah, I mean, that's funny, right? Like, we think about, oh, they've got different teams doing different things. But how does that work for, like, utility teams? Like the music team, right? Like, are they responsible for Living World and X-Pac stuff? Did they have to disappear at some point? I mean, it's weird. Do they have a Living World music team and an X-Pac music team? I mean, that would be really cool. Where's the crossover? So you can only enter 10 potatoes at max, guys. So, like Jarvinius there, trying to enter 200 is only asking for trouble. We almost died there. That guy absolutely nuked us. Didn't Dima say they record music twice per year? Did he? I don't know. Was that in a stream recently? Yeah, what was the stream like yesterday, actually? The Friday stream, 2 days ago. What was that like? Oh my god, it's Sunday already. It's the end of Sunday already. Oh. Probably separate composers, same musicians. How are my skirmish tickets going? For the past 2 weeks, I've not done anything. Well, okay, so I missed 1 week of World vs. World. I do want to get back onto the horse. It's just priorities, right? So I got 1,060, and it is on hold right now. I would really love to get Warbringer, and I do want to keep going for it. I'm actually really excited about going for Warbringer. But I kind of have to hold it for a bit. Going for Aurora and all this stuff and actually playing the game and understanding the state of the game right now and what people are enjoying and what they're doing, I think it's more important than standing semi-AFK in World vs. World for 30 hours a week. What do you think about the difficulty of the new Fractal? Personally, I think all new Fractals should have the same level of mechanics, but maybe not with so much HP. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit long, I think. The interesting thing about the most recent 3 Fractals is it's essentially a trilogy. They're bound by story, but mechanically they're a trilogy as well. And from the AMA, it seems very clear that the devs are keen to add more Fractals like the Ascalon Fractal and more sort of standard Fractal experiences. It almost seems like the way they've talked about it through multiple responses, they've got something in the pipeline that is, you know, a lot more like those standard experiences. So, you know, the trilogy of Fractals they would just released, I think is fair to say, is sort of a raid light style thing. And I think they're deliberately designed to be like 98, 99, 100. Do you get what I mean? Like, they're the big dick ones. They're the heavy ones. And I think we might see a change of that. I like those kinds of Fractals, I do. And I like what the Fractal team says about themselves, that their goal is to build better players. And they're goddamn right for having that goal. I've explained this before. The reason people are elitist snobs, the reason people can be jerks, the reason that people sort of care about aspects of this game that you might not understand, and that people want more raiders and stuff, it's because the game is so fun when you really understand the game. The better a play, the reason people are like, oh, you casuals, and people sneer at casuals and stuff, it's not just like some superiority complex because we're losers that have, you know, we're greasy, overweight, pasty nerds that are sitting in our basements all day and we've got inferiority complexes. That's not why we call you casuals, right? A lot of people are calling you casuals and stuff because there's actually a thing in Guild Wars 2 where the more you understand it, the more fun it is. It's so good. The game is really, the more mechanics you know, the better you understand buildcraft, the more capable you are at doing stuff, the more your enjoyment rises. And so it's always a shame to see people who flat out will not raid. People who flat out will not try Fractals. They won't even try the low scale ones, which are you know, tuned for grandmas and babies to do. They won't do, and that's sad, right? And that's why you kind of get a lot of that sometimes. Why people can be judgmental about, oh, why is all you do world bosses, right? It's because the game's actually really fun. So, and I'm a big believer in that. This isn't me justifying people being jerks to one another, obviously. But all I'm trying to articulate is that the game is good when you understand the game. If you're a better player, you really do. There's a whole world of retention and staying in Guild Wars 2 that you otherwise wouldn't get. And the game doesn't teach you how to be a good player. It doesn't teach you most of that stuff. The game's awful at it. So the fact that the Fractal team comes along and their like MO is build better players, I mean, what's not to like about that, you know? That wins them my gratitude 100 times over. I think it's awesome. And that's kind of what they did very much with these recent 3 Fractals. But I think we'll probably see a change in style in the next ones that come up. Probably. That would be my guess. Do you earn for chatting and subs? Chatting? What do you mean, do I... if you sub, even if you use Prime, if you have Amazon Prime, which is free for you to do, you get a free, well, Prime isn't free, but if you have Prime, you can for free use it on one person on Twitch. If you use that on me, it doesn't cost you anything, but yeah, it does actually put some pennies in the pocket. And regular subs do that as well. Patreon does that. But chatting, just typing in Twitch chat doesn't get me money. I don't know why you would think that that works. How do you feel about the Leyline anomaly story as of this patch? Do you think there's much more to it? I hope so. I just found out one of my friends in game still hasn't done the Shadow Stone, so he still just randomly sees anomalies around the world. Like, he's a really active player. Like, he's got over 10,000 hours in the game, and he still sees crying, sad anomalies around him all over the place because he just didn't do the Shadow Stone. I find that really bizarre. They already stated that all... Yeah, that's what I was... Yeah, Benji, yeah, that's what I was basically saying. Not all the fractals are going to be like this most recent trilogy that they did. Yeah, exactly. So, we just killed those constructs. There is an RNG drop on them, and I don't think I got it. Oh, maybe I did. Jade Core? Dropped by White Mantle, dropped by Ghosts. No, dropped by Bloodstone Elementals. Oh, maybe I did get it. I think I got it. I think I did actually get it. I think I got lucky there. That's good. And I think there's something for killing the anomaly as well. Maybe I already have that. So yeah, I got to kill ghosts and random stuff around the map basically now. When we killed the aspects in the patch, they had the same models as anomalies. Yeah, I mean, they use the anomalies for lots of different things. Okay, giveaway's about to end. Good luck, guys. Dark Souls 2, it's really cool. How can I get more blood rubies? It's really terrible. 25. No, that's a lie. You can get about 50 per character per day if you do everything on this map. And if you want more than that, probably the best way to get blood rubies is actually reward tracks. And the fastest fastest reward tracks are competitive PvP reward tracks. Don't forget to get the potion from the guild hall, do your dailies and pop those potions. And I mean, Christ, spend the day in hot joins if you really want to. But if you do ranked, or is ranked up at the moment, or even unranked, you can get those pretty quick. I've gone days where I've done 2 reward tracks in a day, 3 reward tracks in a day. That would be 150 rubies if I spent all of those on that. So yeah, reward tracks are where you should go after you've exhausted the map. That's not possible. How can I get 50? If you harvest everything, if you do all of the, like, literally every node, and if you do all of the events and you finish all of your dailies, yeah, you can get about 50. I mean, there's a bit of luck, obviously, but you can get about 50. Remember to have, like, rare gathering on and stuff like that. Yeah, 50. 3 reward tracks in one day, yeah. I mean, I PvP a lot. Or when I PvP a lot. But, so yeah, that's quite extraordinary, but it's possible. And for a really dedicated PvPer, what I just said there wouldn't even be that weird. They'd probably snigger at the idea. Oh, he thinks 3 tracks is a lot. I get 5 a day, every day. Imagine that. What? Harvesting in Bloodstone is garbage. I hit my cap on those and didn't even get 5 rubies. What baloney is this? You hit your cap after getting 5 rubies. Either you're the unluckiest man in the world, or there's a wee little bit of lying going on there. They lowered the platter and account caps. You can't get 50? Well, I heard literally before this stream of someone getting 50 last night from doing everything on the map. 53, she said she got. You love sneering WP. Thank you for the 1 viewer host. It's legit. Doomac is the winner. Doomac. Congratulations, Doomac. You just got Dark Souls. Dark Souls 2. The game that I should have played a long time ago and started making videos about a long time ago. And I missed my opportunity. And now there are other British people talking about lore. And if I did it, I'd just be adding to the pile. But congratulations. Seriously, congratulations to Doomac for winning Dark Souls 2. Many thanks to the runners of the giveaway. Many thanks to the key contributor. I think I missed A. What did I miss? I missed a host. Oh, SCX. Dude, nice. 15 months. Welcome, welcome. Well, I don't think all of the rubies come from the nodes anyway. I think a lot of it's stuff like this, doing the events and getting the chests and stuff. It has a character cap of 25. Then the account cap has of about 38. You'd have to be very lucky to get rubies from all of them. That's interesting. So you can get 38 from nodes, and that's doing multiple characters, and then events on top. So I think that still works out to about 50. It's just you'd have to do multiple characters instead of a single one to hit the account cap. Because the account cap is specifically from gathering, right? It's not from the events and stuff. Anyone interested? There's a Unity tournament about to begin on Jebro's channel. Oh, is there? Really now? Interesting. All right. Well, there we go, guys. I'm exhausted. There was no exaggeration or anything. I need to go to sleep. It's been wonderful. Thank you very much for the stream. I hope you got a bit of an insight into the state of the game at the moment, how Season 3 is. It's a lot of fun. It really is. If you're looking for a community to join, people to hang out with, squads to run around in, races to do, shit like that, check out Discord. Thanks so much to the mods. I hope you guys enjoyed the giveaways. I'll be back at the same time tomorrow, by the way, for another 2 hours at least or so. Or maybe not. I don't know. There's a chance I might not be here tomorrow because I've got a lot to do before Tuesday. And essentially what it would be is it would be like the Monday stream doesn't exist. It would be on the Tuesday. So we'll see. But anyway, I'll host Jeb. I'll host Jebro. If they're going to do a big tournament, we'll throw some people at him. So there you go. Thanks very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.